Hello, welcome to we're calling it the Friday night special edition of the Coach's Corner. I'm joined with former teacher, coach turned administrator turned Rhea County Director of Schools. Welcome and thank you to Mr. Jerry Levengood.
Thank you very much. It's exciting to be here. I appreciate the work that you're doing, Ernie, as far as covering the athletics of Rhea County schools. And I was talking to a superintendent not long ago of a bigger school system, and one of the things they miss is the coverage.
Right.
You take, for instance, Chattanooga Central, just to use them, unless they have a big game or something, those kids never get any notoriety at all. But it's great to have you here. Great to have this newspaper here and your coverage.
Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. I refer to him as Coach. Mr. Levengood is a man that wears many hats, has done for years. A lot of you may not know the history behind Mr. Levengood. Let's start from there. When and where did your career begin?
My career began teaching in 1976 at Whitwell High School, and I taught a half a year there, and then I came back to Rhea County and I received a job at Spivey Elementary School teaching 3rd and 4th grade, which was not my cup of tea, honestly, but I see how the Lord just led the path down as I talk about things. When I became a principal and a director of school, the lot of experiences that I'd had. So I taught 2 years, 3rd and 4th grade, then I moved to Dayton City School. Taught for 3 years at Dayton City School, 7th and 8th grade, U.S. history, social studies. Also helped at that time, Coach Lynn Lane came to Rhea County, and he and I worked together coaching football. And I was very happy at Dayton City School. And then in the summer of 1981, Bill Horton came to a Bible camp that I was working at, Cumberland Springs Bible Camp, and asked me to go to the high school, to come to the high school to coach freshmen. So I did that and moved to the high school in 1982. I taught math there at the high school and also coached football at the high school from 1982 until 1985. When I went as assistant principal to Spring City, it was a K-8 school at that time. Spent 1 year at Spring City as assistant principal, moved to Rhea Elementary. It was a K-8 school and was assistant principal there for 2 years. Became principal in 1998. Principal there for 2 years, and then in the year 2000, I became principal at Rhea County High School. All the way from 1982 until 1999, I coached football at Rhea County High School, even when I was a principal in other schools. And then, of course, when I got principal at the high school, I didn't coach anymore after that. Principal at Rhea County High School from the year 2000 to 2009. When I was elected as the director of Rhea County Schools. This is year 12 of that, so 44 years I've been in education.
Well, very nice. You actually jumped ahead to some questions I had, which is very nice. That's why if you see me out and about, I affectionately refer to him as Coach. He'll always be Coach to me, because during my school year, any kid, like you said, during that time frame, will probably tell you Coach as well.
They do,
and I'm not the only one.
And that was my most enjoyable experiences, to be honest with you. So, not that I'm not passionate about every job that I've had. And certainly passionate about leading this school system, but coach is where my happy place is.
Right, I understand. Do you have a favorite moment as a coach, like that sticks out in your mind? A favorite moment, maybe a favorite season or team?
Well, both, and they're not the same, to be perfectly honest with you. 1985, when the clock struck 0 and we had defeated Jefferson County 77-6 to pave our way to a state championship game. That moment the excitement, getting on the bus after it was all over, hugging my wife at the 50-yard line is my most special coaching moment that I had. I guess the team that I enjoyed coaching the most was our 1989 team, because we just had a group of kids that just loved the game of football and loved each other, and lost our first 2 games and ended up going to the semifinals. And that was probably the most enjoyable year I had, was 1989.
Okay.
Greatest experience outside of football, I guess, was when we met at Rhea County High School in 2013 and cut the ribbons and opened the doors to a brand new high school. Was a special moment.
That was an exciting day for sure. That was August 2013. I was actually there on hand to take pictures that day and cover that, and actually take a tour. You gave tours that day.
Right, sure did.
It was a very nice day. The 89 team he referenced, you went on the semifinals. You played Oakland, I believe. Murfreesboro, Oakland, lost in the semis, and I think they won the state that year.
I believe they did. Winner. Yes, I think they did.
I mean, obviously a fan of sports, in particular football. Does the former coach in you, and you may have already answered this, but I had this typed up.
Right.
The former coach in you help further your support of Rhea County Athletics, or does that just come naturally?
Well, I think my passion for the game of football, I have a passion for baseball and basketball, and I have a passion for young people, athletics. Athletes are very special people because of the sacrifices they make to be on the court or on the football field or on the whatever field. So, but football is my passion, and to be honest with you, is a passion before I started coaching. From 1977 until today, I have missed 6 Rhea County high school football games.
Wow. That was actually going to touch on that later, as far as your dedication to going to the games even now. You've only made 6 since 1977.
1977, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Since you sparked an idea in my head, this past spring, it broke my heart for the student athletes, and I can imagine it broke yours as well. Not a lot we can do about it, though, Coach.
No, we can't, and it was certainly heartbreaking for those athletes that didn't get to, have their senior season. Especially our baseball team, I think, was set for a real run last spring. I was kind of excited about that. So, that kind of hurt. It hurt me. It hurt them a whole lot worse, which led to my passion, for the entire student body, our seniors. One way or another, we were going to have a graduation for those. It was the last thing I did. So I'm glad we were able to do that, because it sure was a strange spring, and the strangeness continues.
Correct. I agree. I was going to mention that as well later. Kudos to you and the school board for making that happen. Graduation almost on time. It was in May.
Yes.
Typically maybe a week later.
About 2 weeks late.
You guys made it happen.
Yeah. And a lot of people did a lot of work to make that happen. But it was priority number one, to allow those students to have that chance to walk across the stage, get that diploma in front of their parents, and I'm real happy we made it happen.
I am too, Coach. I am too. In June, you were diagnosed with cancer, I believe. Was it June, second or third week of June? Despite going through your treatments, which you've been doing every other week, I believe you told me, does your love and passion for the Rhea County student athletes help keep you going to the games? And you may have already answered that as well.
Well, I think it does. I think when you're fighting cancer, that's the word. You fight it.
Right.
It's trying to destroy your body. Yeah. But a very dear friend of mine that's going through cancer told me something that is very true. he said, cancer won't kill you. You know, you're going to die when the good Lord says you're going to die.
Right.
And until then, we got to keep fighting. And so, you know, having that goal out there to be able to be at the football game on Friday night is a goal that helps me to get up and to keep going on the weeks, you know, that I have treatments and I don't feel like it. And you know, my wife Karen has been a godsend from the time I met her, but boy, she's really helped me during this and driven me to ball games and you know, she's taken care of me, driven me to treatments. And so yeah, it's a goal I have. You know, Friday's right. What I look forward to, and the week that I'm not having treatments, it's a whole lot easier than the weeks that I am. But even on those weeks, I just pray, ask the Lord Lord, please allow me to be able to do this if it's your will. And so far I've been able to do it.
Very nice. Only 6 games since 1977 missed. What really drew my attention to this, Coach, at Jefferson County, over 2 hours away, second game of the season, I see you in the stands, and I'm like, wow. Because, you know, when the school year started, there was a lot of speculation. I didn't know what your condition was. You know, I knew you were fighting cancer, and you were there. I was blown away by your dedication.
Well, it's a tribute to my wife. It's a tribute to the passion that I have in me, and more than anything, it's attributed to my God. You know, my purpose in life always has been, and it's been exaggerated more since, you know, my diagnosis. But my passion is to get up every day and glorify my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Very nice.
And you know, I go to church whenever I can. I preach whenever I can. I go to work whenever I can. But I've got a great support staff around me in the school system. Jesse Messimer has, you know, he stepped up, done a great job. Bryant Collins, Lori Durlack, and I can't say enough about the school board that said, you know, you concentrate on yourself.
Right.
And so I've been able to continue to work when I can.
Very nice. I've also noticed at every home football game, your daughters have joined you, your family, yes. Your extended family, your immediate family.
Yeah.
So total support.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got 2 great daughters, 2 great son-in-laws, and actually both my daughters are teaching school in Rhea County now. I've got a son-in-law that's teaching, and my other son-in-law works at Erlanger. So my daughters have done good, and I'm very, very proud of them.
Very nice. Coach, do you have any favorite moments about this season with the Eagles football team?
Yeah, Walker Valley. Yeah.
Yes.
Walker Valley. You know, it was it was the most impossible thing that could have possibly happened. And you know, my wife, you know, she said, I really feel for Walker Valley. And I said, do you? Well, that's good. I don't, but you know, you really do, because I mean, and I'm telling you, Walker Valley's not done.
No.
They are a good football team.
I agree.
They deserved to defeat us, but our kids, and you've seen it the second half of the Ooltewah game, you've seen it at Walker Valley, you saw it the first game at Carter. You know, our kids are resilient.
Okay.
And I mean, they're going to fight until the last whistle blows, and I think that all begins with Coach Pemberton and his staff. But you know, they're a fun group to watch, I'm telling you.
I agree. The Walker Valley game he references, Rhea County scored 17 unanswered points in the last 6 minutes to win that football game. No one in the stands would have thought that would ever happen. I saw you as you were leaving that night, I said, "Hey, Coach, how are you?" And you said, "You remember what you told me?"
Better now, probably.
You said better than I was 15 minutes ago.
Exactly right. Yes.
Which still cracks me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are a resilient coach. They fight to the very end, and they have shown that in several games this year. Any future goals for Rhea County Athletics by you and the school board, perhaps down the road? Any kind of, even after y'all are gone? I mean, just what do you want to see? Just maintain?
Well, we certainly want to be able to maintain what we have and maintain our facilities. We would like to be able to have an indoor facility for all of our athletes to be able to practice in. Today, of course, when this airs later in the week, but on Wednesday, they could really use that.
Right.
And it's a multi-use facility that we would like to build, and we've had some donations come in for that. You can still donate to do that, but I'd like to see that facility there for all of our teams.
Yeah, it would have come in handy. Wednesday and Thursday, rain, 100% chance of rain.
Yeah, and last year I think our baseball team was outside once before their first game, and they could practice in there.
Yep.
Softball, soccer, and all of our sports could use it.
I agree.
The band could get in there and practice, so I mean it would be very beneficial to us.
Okay, very nice. Coach, I can't thank you enough for joining us today. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to, I think, the people of Rhea County. That not only Rhea County football fans, but all the students, all the faculty that have worked for you and with you to, just oversee things like you've done for the last 9 years.
I appreciate you inviting me. Appreciate you allowing me to tell my story, and I will say this: I consider it a great honor to lead this school system. We got a great school system. We got a great group of principals, administrators, a great group of teachers. We got a great group of students, and I consider it a real honor to be able to lead them, and Lord willing, hopefully I can continue to do so.
Well, thank you very much. I hope so too. You touched on a lot of good kids. I enjoy working with the kids of this county. They're gold.
They really are. They really are.
But thank you for being here today, Coach. And now a brief message from our sponsor, First Bank.
In the South, we perfect our local art. The art of conversation. The art of connection. The art of service. The art of community. Here, what you thought were lost arts are local arts. We practice the art of relationships. The art of creating wealth from things that are priceless. Because banking isn't just hard work, it's the fine local art of knowing what works. Come experience a great local art. First Bank.